It was a great tool back then. And in some ways, you can still use it for very specific things. But it literally tells you that if you have something important, you must do it yourself, right? And I even use a story in the book. I went to a executive at Hill, and I laid the Eisenhower model out for them, and I said, what do you think of this model? And he said, it's great, I love it. And I said, so if your website goes down, are you getting on there and recoding it? And he went, are you crazy? I said, what do you mean? It says if it's an urgent, important, you're going to do it yourself. He said, well, there's a flaw in this model. And then I said, okay, let me flip it for you. And I said, Rick, because the other part of the model says if it's unimportant and urgent, then you should delegate it to somebody else. So I said, Rick, if your boss only gave you unimportant work that was urgent, what would you do? And he thought about it for a minute and he looked at me and said, I would quit. He doesn't trust me. He's not going to grow me. He's not going to develop me. There's no future for me here. And he went, this model's got problems. And I said, exactly. And it's still one of the most popular models used today.